Hello there, it's Francis Obasogie here from Generational Wealth Academy. Now, today I'm basically going to be, sharing with you about the PipCollector Auto Trader, the PipCollector Forex Auto Trader. Now, you might want to know what an auto trader is. I'll simply tell you just in case you are not quite sure. Now, an auto trader is otherwise called an expert advisor or expert advisor, or simply put, it is sometimes referred to or abbreviated and called EA, an EA. Some would also call it a robot or a bot, but nevertheless, it's all the same, or it points to the fact that it is an auto trader that trades the Forex market or any other market, as it were, for you. Now, the PipCollector is the one I am going to be talking about today. It was created basically, by myself, in the month of July 2018. It was launched, I would say, it was launched launched in July 2018 after having been tested over a period of time. Now, I personally have been exposed to trading for over 10 years, since 2008. It's now 2018, but have been trading the Forex market and its derivatives, for well over 3 years. And over time, I have come to develop some winning strategies, some high probability winning strategies, which I have now programmed into a robot. Because of my busy schedule, doing all kinds of things, being involved in business, being in family, involved in, obviously, with my family and ministry, I basically thought of coming up with an idea, or coming up with a robot to trade for me. I tried many other robots out there, and to be honest with you, I was a bit disappointed for some reasons, which I might make mention of, during the course of this short video. But even as you can see here, this is basically, an MT4 chart or MT4 platform. Basically, those who are not used to trading, or those who are not traders, might call this a graph, but we call it a chart. We call it a chart as Forex traders. Now, as you can see here, the green candles, we call them candles, basically indicates when the price of an asset is going up. The asset here the asset opened here now is gold. This is the letters we have for them, or if you like, that is gold, and it's set on the 1 hour time frame. So when it's green like that, going up, it basically means the price of the asset is going up. And when it's coming down, it's red, it basically means the price is coming down. Now, not to spend too much of that, the aim is not to spend time teaching today, but just to let you know a bit about the PipCollector auto trader. Now, the PipCollector, basically what it has been programmed to do is to enter trades for you. It enters trades for you, or takes trades for you when it spots or identifies, particular trading patterns which, I have developed over the years. And, like I say, they are high probability winning patterns, or patterns which obviously I have traded with, for this number of years. When traded manually, it delivers over 70% winning success, over 70% winning success rate. And obviously, that is what we're looking to duplicate, even when traded, on autopilot, as it were, by this robot. So basically, the way it works mainly, when there is a move in the market, when there's an upward move in the market. It's not designed to take trades, as it were, when the market is, not moving, when the market is not moving directionally, as it were. So if the market, even as it is here, let me look for a better example. When the market is consolidating, it doesn't exactly enter trades for you. Here, for instance, you can see the price was coming down from the top, coming down, and it began to consolidate. It went down a bit, went up a bit. I would still say it was still consolidating. Then it went down, and then from here onwards, it began to go up. Now, this is around where the PipCollector would, enter a trade for you, not so much when it's consolidating. If it's ranging, yes, it can enter a trade for you, but obviously it has to be a wide enough range, as it were, but not so much when it's consolidating. So basically what happens here, even as we can see examples of previous entries, you can see here the price was actually, going south, and the PipCollector, by the way, is a closed trade. There's no trade on at the moment, or else it wouldn't be 0.0. It would actually, show the number of pips, maybe in the plus or in the negative. It could either be, +4, +8, or whatever, or minus whatever number it is, down or up by. So at the moment, it's a closed trade, but it has left, clues for you to show you where it entered the trade, even on this particular asset. So you can see here there was a red arrow, another red arrow, and another red arrow. Now the PipCollector is designed, to work best on the 1 hour time frame. As you can see here, you have the 1 minute time frame, the 5 minute, 15, 30, the 1 day, the weekly, and the monthly. Well, it is designed to run best or optimally on the 1 hour time frame. Now, these are all 1 hour candles. Each candle here represents a 1 hour period, a 1 hour time frame. Obviously, some of them are large and others like this are small. But the PipCollector, even as we can see here, picked up a trade here on this candle. It picked up a trade on this candle again, and then on this candle. But then by this candle, the price reversed, which means the price was going in a direction, in an opposite direction, or in a direction that is not desired. This red candle, obviously, this red arrow obviously indicates it was a sell. And you can see if the trade was triggered here, by the time it came this low, let me just put some markers on there, just to make it visually clear. Now, assuming the trade was entered here, let me make this green so that let me make it a different color actually. So there's a color contrast. Let's make it blue. Okay. Just to have some color contrast and you can get a feel of what I'm saying. Okay, so assuming the trade was entered here like it was, and it came all the way down here, if you had measured that, you see that that was about 21 pips. Now, you easily would have gotten 21 pips there, but as the price obviously began to retrace, you would have been taken out of the market with some pip profit or some profits in pip terms. I'm trying to sound in layman terms because I know a lot of people are going to be watching this who are not professional traders as such. Anyhow, like I said, I don't know if I said that before, the PipCollector is actually designed to be a robot that helps you with scalping the market, notably, anything between 5 pips and 10 pips, sometimes 15, or even a whole lot more. Now, the truth is, there are times when we want to scalp the market, for 10 pips, and the market just gives us a whole lot more profit. Well, who are we to complain? If, for instance, you had entered a trade here for a buy, and it went all the way up, maybe you had wanted to get 10 pips to stop somewhere around here, or maybe 15 pips to stop somewhere around here, and somehow the market delivered over 100 pips. Who are we to complain? So that is basically what it works. I mean, the PipCollector comes complete with a trailing stop. A trailing stop, which basically means if you want the market, even though you might want it to go for 10, 15 pips, but if the market is going to give you more, then you can set it to actually take more for you, take more profits for you. Now, one other feature I do like about the PipCollector, that I had in mind when having seen other products out there, was a feature whereby it would minimize your loss. So if, for instance, you were to enter a buy, saying the price was going to go up, and for some reason the price went the opposite direction, you want it to be that you only lose so much. I have seen other products whereby there is no stop loss feature. This one has a stop loss feature. I've seen other auto traders that have no stop loss feature, whereby there could be a huge drawdown. There could be a huge drawdown financially, as it were, or by way of pips, whereby not everybody can cope with that. I mean, if you are not able to cope with huge drawdowns, I would say not to go with such, auto traders. But the truth is, I thought it best to actually, have the ability to limit whatever loss you might likely incur, even by having a stop loss in place. Now, there are a lot of other features that we do have on the PipCollector, which I would perhaps want to go through now. But in a nutshell, it's been designed to enter trades for you and close for you, so that you can basically do it hands-free. I tend to trade, when I trade the London session and part of the US session, but there are those who want to trade the Asian session and whatever session you have, so when I want to trade manually, I trade the London and the US session. But when I'm trading with the PipCollector, because it's a robot, I could be sleeping and it's still trading for me. I basically set it to start trading from halfway through the Asian session right through to halfway through the US session. And basically, perhaps over a 12-hour period, it's trading for me until it goes off. And even as you can see here, this is the tab for auto trading. So basically, if you wanted to auto trade, you click on that and it starts trading, and you will see a smiley face on here. The smiley face basically means it's ready to go or it's trading already. Otherwise, if you turn it off, you will see a sad face here, which basically indicates that it is not trading. So that, in a nutshell, is what the PipCollector is all about. Let me just show you a few more benefits of the PipCollector, and then we'll try and keep this video as short as possible. Just 1 minute. By the way, we do have a Facebook group which you might want to ask to join. If you want to know more about the PipCollector, it's called Generational Wealth Academy. Let me just make that smaller. So you might want to join us on Facebook, to get more information or to ask whatever questions, perhaps to see what other people are saying about it, to see screenshots of testimonies of winnings and, what people are experiencing with it. So join us on this Facebook group. If you type in Generational Wealth Academy, you will find us and you could ask more questions. But anyway, let's just go now to that Facebook group and see some of the benefits that we have listed there, recently. Let's just go there now and see. Okay, this is one of the benefits of the PipCollector. I listed about 8 benefits or so. Let me just share some of them with you. Well, this one basically says the PipCollector will give you more winning trades than you can generate yourself. That is true, because we find that over time, we found that the PipCollector generates anything from 15 trades to 55 trades a day. Now, that is a wow. And obviously, those are high, trades generated based on high probability winning setups. Anything from between 15 trades to 55 trades a day. Now, not all trades will win, I'm sure, like but majority of them would win because it's been tried and tested over time and have proven to be very successful. Now, let's go to another benefit of the PipCollector. Now, even as you can see here, another benefit of the PipCollector is that it will basically save you from being a slave to your computer, a slave to your screen, whereby you sit in front of a computer, for hours on end looking for trades. Now, if you have the time, if you enjoy and get the thrill of that, fine. But if you are busy like myself and like a lot of other people, you don't have time to stay in front of the computer. And you basically just want to let the robot trade for you. At least once you have found a good robot, a good auto trader that has a high winning percentage, you basically want to plug it in and let it trade for you. Let's look at that. That is basically benefit number 7. We've seen benefit number 6. Let's go to benefit number 5 and see what it says. Now, as you can see here, it says the PipCollector will stop you from entering trades too quickly. Now, one of the reasons why people lose trades is because they become impatient. I would say that's one of the benefits of a robot. A robot is, as the word is, it's a robot. It basically does what it's been told to do, what it's been programmed to do. Whereas with human beings, when we are in front of our computer, in front of our trading chart, and we do not see a setup, a good setup, what do? We basically just force a trade when there is no trade really. When there's no proper trade, we basically just jump into it just because we can't wait, we're impatient, and we just want to make money. Now, the PipCollector will basically enter trades only when it identifies or spots a winning setup that we have coded it to spot. If it doesn't spot it, even if it's going to take 2 days, it will wait patiently like a sniper. I'm sure you know what a sniper is. It will wait patiently until it gets a good setup before entering. And obviously, that is one of the reasons why it has a high winning probability. Let's go to benefit number 4. Now, benefit number 4, it says PipCollector will help you know your currency pairs better. And that is very true. The fact is, until some members of my team, started trading with the PipCollector, they did not know a lot about their currency pairs. I mean, there are various currency pairs, the major pairs, the minor pairs, exotic pairs, and so forth. Pairs like pound USD, euro USD, USD JPY, USD Canadian dollar, and so forth. It will help you begin to know those pairs even better. For instance, you would begin to know that if I am on the 1 hour time frame, I can expect to get so much pips in an hour from a particular pair. Perhaps you could say, if it's the pound USD, for instance, I could get as much as perhaps 30 pips, 40 pips, or 50 pips from that. Whereas if it was the US Canadian dollar, I might get perhaps anything from 10 to 20 pips. So it begins to help you understand your pair even more. Now, a whole lot more teaching is provided by myself and others, even on our Facebook group as well as Telegram channels. So even though it is the case that the PipCollector is a robot that just trades and not teach in the sense, it indirectly teaches you to begin to understand and appreciate your currency pairs. Now, let's even go to benefit number 3. We are counting down. Benefit number 3, the PipCollector will help you understand trailing, that is trailing stops or trailing your profit. A number of times, you find that when people are trading, they target a set number of pips. They could say, I'm going for 10 pips, I'm going for 15 pips if you are scalping, or perhaps I'm going for 200 pips, or they look at the chart and do the analysis and say, I think I can get 250 pips from this. Now, what is sometimes helpful or beneficial is to be able to trail your stops. Now, not everybody would understand this, at least those who are not traders might not understand it, but basically it helps you trail your stops so that, as opposed to you manually monitoring your stops to see how far it has gotten and how many pips it has secured for you, you basically can set it on autopilot to actually trail your profits, so that you basically do not come out of the market or come out of the trade, as it were, too early when the market wants to deliver more profits to you. So it helps you understand trailing, how to trail your profits. That's benefit number 3. Let's go to benefit number 2. Benefit number 2. Now, the PipCollector would actually teach you more about price action. Now, it is the case that a number of people do not really understand how price action works. there are a number of strategies for trading the Forex market, but it is the case that, the more price action strategies you understand or the better you would be at trading, the more profitable you will be. Now, the PipCollector, because obviously it's based on a particular strategy, it is the case that even as you begin to follow the trades closely, you begin to understand how the price moves. Price action really is all about price movement, how the price moves or responds when it comes to certain price junctions, perhaps when it comes to a key level, when it comes to pivotal points. How does it react? How does it respond? That is basically one of the things you will learn from price action. Now, that is benefit number 2. Let's go to benefit number 1. Now, this is benefit number 1. I chose this as number 1 because this is I would say, one of the most important reasons why people either win or lose as Forex traders. PipCollector takes away emotions from trading. PipCollector, obviously, like I said before, is a robot. It's not human, so you can expect it does not have any emotions, no feelings whatsoever. It does what it's been told to do without fear, without fear or without greed. Emotions of fear, emotions of greed will basically either make you do what you ought not to do or do, well, you know what I mean. It will make you do what you ought not to do. But being a robot, the PipCollector basically just obeys, sees the right setup and enters. And when it's time to come out of the trade, it comes out. Whereas with the human beings, you find that, even as we said earlier on, sometimes we enter the trade too early. And at other times we come out too early. Perhaps you've gained some pips, which obviously means profit, and you are thinking, oh, I don't want to lose this, I don't want to give this back to the market. You end up quickly coming out of the trade, when in fact the market could have delivered more profits to you. That is one of the things that PipCollector would take away the emotion from you, whereby you are not coming out of the market too early or entering too early or late, as the case may be. So this is basically what it is. I believe I've listed about 7 benefits of the PipCollector. Now, the 8th benefit of the PipCollector is that it is well priced. It is well priced. It is competitively priced, if you like, even going by the market, or going by the industry. Now, currently the PipCollector is going for $25 a month, because it is a monthly subscription. But definitely, by the 2nd and the 3rd month, we are going to be increasing the price. So I want to say, if you find this, we are still in the month of August. By the month of September 2018, the price definitely would have gone up. So you want to lock in, the price now, and make contact with us even on Facebook. As you can see here, the Facebook group to come to is Generational Wealth Academy, and you would indeed be able to make contact with us there. Anyhow, feel free to ask any questions once you've joined the group. Feel free to ask questions, and would be pleased to get you the answers. Okay, now, God bless.